welcome to episode 15 of the Ladywing Crafts podcast. My name is Zakia, and I'm coming to you from my apartment in Tuscaloosa, Alabama on Tuesday, April the 3rd, 2018. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Ladywing Designs. Email me, that'll pop on the screen as well if you need it. Yeah, Ravelry group, Ladywing Crafts podcast. Search it on the groups tab and you'll find us. What admin stuff do I want to say? Spring Garment Cow. Remember, that's still happening. Even in my absence, it is still happening. Yeah, that ends. We've got less than a month now, guys. So if you've got FOs, make sure you get them in the thread. Remember, no chatter. Yeah. And if you're not done, or you're just starting one, or you don't think you'll finish, whatever, remember to chat in the chatter thread as well, because I'll also be drawing a prize from there. So yeah, that ends April the 30th. You'll have a little bit of extra time to get finished items in. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So... so welcome to any new viewers. Sorry in advance if this episode is absolutely crazy because I'm trying something new. And welcome to all of my lovely returning viewers. I've missed you guys, and I'm gonna play with my hair for no reason, so I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm super out of practice. It's been a month now exactly since I have recorded, I think. So it's been a while, or maybe it's been a month since I posted anything, but yeah, sorry to keep you all waiting. Been having some down days, a lot of down days. So yeah, it's okay. I'm fine. Like, thank you guys for all your kind words on Instagram and everything. But I'm okay. I'm working through it, and knitting is definitely helping my sanity. So don't worry, there's still knitting going on, even if it's barely any at all. Yeah, so for my returning viewers, you will notice that this is very different. I am still in my living room. I'm still on the couch in my apartment. But the laptop is now on my knees instead of the table, therefore I am closer, which is kind of what I wanted for this, but just fair warning, it will also be kind of wobbly because, again, it's on my legs, and I'm having to remind myself, like, not to move and not to touch the laptop, so sorry if we have a ton of earthquakes also. But yeah, so it's been really difficult for me to convince myself, to edit my podcast. This is the third episode 15, so I'm hoping that you guys will actually see this, that it will actually go out into the world. But yeah, I recorded twice, and both times I didn't even feel like looking at them and editing, and yeah, I didn't feel like doing any of that. So I'm gonna try this kind of vlog style for a few weeks. We'll see if it works. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it, and if it doesn't work, I'll try to figure out something else. So, yeah. So this first little bit will just be some stuff that I've done basically since the last time I saw you guys. I was just gonna do this week, but I kind of went back to stuff that I was working on then, that I'd finished, just so you guys aren't like, whatever happened to those projects. They're all socks, just so you know. Yeah, and then hopefully, like, every day or every couple of days, I'll kind of record a new section, maybe like as I'm working on stuff, as I finish stuff, that type of thing. So hopefully it won't be necessarily choppy, but it'll be different clips, different days, different outfits, like in one episode. So yeah, so this is the first one, so I've done all my admin and everything. Oh, I will mention these knit-alongs, just so they're kind of in the beginning. So there's the Sock Blankathon, on the Happy Knitting podcast, the Reknit Cow from Tea Impossibilities, the Natural Dye Cow from A Wooden Nest, and the Summer Fibers Cal on the Little Big Knits podcast. So check out those. I will try to get everything linked in the other make-alongs thread and clean it up now that it is April. I'm sure that the Grocery Girls have already posted their April sock bash, so I'll just put that on the screen because I'm sure it's up, and I'll change it in the thread whenever I get the chance. So yeah, okay, so let's jump into some stuff that I've finished. So koi socks. I am really getting tired of talking about these because I've done it 3 times, but you guys haven't seen any of it, so hopefully this is the last time I have to do this. But these are my koi socks, and it's the koi colorway from Stranded Dyeworks. Yeah, just plain vanilla socks. I knit these on my now usual US 00 1.75 millimeter. I knit these, I think I knit these, yeah, I knit these cuff down. So this is 60 stitches cuff down, just my standard 2x2 rib, and I did a German short row heel, and these socks were, well, they were the first ones that made me realize that right here, kind of like where you can see this line for the German short row heel, kind of right here is very tight on these, not very tight, but it's, you can tell that it's tighter, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to get the sock on my foot. I love the way that it feels right here, because I like my socks to fit tighter, but it's very difficult to get it over my heel and like on my foot, or rather over my foot, like to my heel when I was putting the sock on. So these were the first pair that kind of showed me that. So yeah, these are my koi socks. I got those done. Those were finished in March. And so then the next ones that I did after that, and no, none of these ends are woven in. Actually, one of the koi socks has ends woven in, and then I got lazy and I didn't do it for the other sock. So anyway, my next pair of socks, and there are 2 of them, are my Kirk socks. And this is, the main color is the Kirk Gleason colorway from Legacy Fiber Arts. All the beautiful speckles. And then the blue toes and cuffs are Curacao, from the Curacao colorway from Super Crafty Girl. And the green heel is Avondale, or Avondale, however you pronounce it, which is a colorway from Rain's Obsessive Stitchery. So yeah, and that green is coming up a little bit darker than it actually is, and you can't really see the green speckles in the sock, of course, because why? Why would you be able to? This camera. So anyway, I do have a picture that I'm gonna pop in, or may have already popped in, so that you can see what color the green actually is, though, because it's brighter than what it's showing up as on screen. Oh, so these were the socks that I knit right after the koi socks, and this these have a afterthought heel, and it was the same thing. They're pretty tight right around here. So and those were also finished in March. So this is the first finished project / pair of socks for April. I finished these yesterday. So this yarn is Yarn Cafe Creations, and Melissa gave this to me. We're thinking that it's the Firefly colorway. We have way too many text messages, and this was like months ago when we talked about this. So yeah, we didn't go searching for it, but we're thinking it's Firefly. And if anyone like knows it and can recognize it and it's not that colorway, let me know. But yeah, so she had a full skein of this. I think she had started some socks or a project or something, and then she, being Melissa, and then she ripped them out. And so we met up one day to wind off a bunch of minis and swap them out, and she kindly gave me 50 grams of this yarn. And apparently now that I'm on 60 stitches, 50 grams is only enough to do shorty socks. I don't know. That just seems weird because all of my other socks are like this long and this was like 50 grams. So maybe this was only like 400 yards gain or something. I don't know. That just seemed really weird to me because I thought I was going to get longer socks, but they're just shorties. But I love them. So so let's talk about construction for a second. I tried lots of, well, not lots, but a couple different things on this that I hadn't done before. So this is a rounded toe, and this is the first time I've ever done a rounded toe. I'm holding it in front of my shirt, so hopefully you can see the kind of rounded toe a little better. So I looked at the Rose City Rollers pattern, and because I actually was going to do that sock pattern, because it's cuffed down, it's got like the rolled cuff up here, and then she does a rounded toe. So I just took that toe and I reverse engineered it for toe up. And so I reverse engineered it toe up and then knit my foot, and then on this one I took a chance at doing Mina's mini heel flap adjustment. I'm going to show you on this sock because it looks a little better. So in Mina's vanilla sock recipe pattern, which is a paid for pattern, probably because of the mini heel flap adjustment. But yeah, so in that pattern, she includes directions for this mini heel flap adjustment, and you can see it right there. It's literally a tiny gusset, that little triangle right there. And it is perfect. So what it does is it adds very few stitches right here, in that same spot where it was too tight. Yeah, so apparently my foot is bigger than I thought it was, guys. So yeah, and I did that and it was great. They fit really well, and the fabric is not stretch. It still stretches, because socks are supposed to have negative ease anyway, but it's not stretching as much as it was before, and it's not super tight. They're really easy to get on my feet now. So yeah, and I just did German short row heel. That's pretty much going to be my standard heel now, or it pretty much is. So yeah, so I finished these yesterday, and then, oh, okay, so these happened. These were in between the Kirk and the Yarn Cafe. So this is, sorry, I felt like I had to burp and I didn't want it to like come out while I was talking. So this is some Regia yarn that I got from a D-stash from Samantha of Lavender Loon. I think I posted that episode. Yeah, that was the last episode. I showed you guys this yarn when I got it. So yeah, so I knit a tube. I only got one skein because that's what I did in my Felici. I knit a tube with 150-gram ball, and it was enough. The socks, they're not necessarily as tall as I have realized that I like them, but they're tall enough. Like, it's not a big deal. And so with the Felici, I used that yarn for the toe as well. And this one, I figured they would be just a little bit longer if I put all of the Regia into the tube. So Melissa had just gotten this West Yorkshire Spinners in their signature 4-ply, and it's just a black yarn, as you can see. And she kindly gave me like 30 grams of it because I really wanted to use it for these socks. And I had a gray in there. I have a couple grays, I think, but I just didn't think they were going to look right with this because it does look like it's black, but it's actually more of a charcoal gray here. It's more like a faded pattern. It's showing up super vibrant, but in person it's more of like a faded colors look. So this black looks better than the gray would have. But yeah, so I just did 2 2x2 ribbing for the cuff as always. I think I did 20 rows, 60 stitches, US 00 needle as always, and I just knit a tube. And when I got to the end of the yarn, yeah, I've taken stitch markers off now, so I don't know which end was first, but I did this last round and I had like this much yarn left of the Regia. It was perfect. And then I did the other cuff, and I just don't feel like splitting this thing yet for the toes so that I can then add the heels. So it's still a tube, and will be a tube, I don't know, indefinitely, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to show you guys this. I think it's funny, but it's also, like, not okay. But it's literally a stack of, like, projects yarn things over here, and there's a pillow on top of it. Don't ask. But anyway, so those are kind of all the things that I've been working on, and, well, there is one more thing, but I'm not going to show you guys yet. I've been working on a shawl design. I wasn't going to tell you guys. I was just going to wait until it was done, but, like, I don't really care. Plus, it takes too much energy to remember not to tell people, so I'm just going to tell you. I'm working on a shawl design. There will be a smaller and a larger version, and I am mostly done with the small version, and then I am going to work up the larger version so that I can get all of this written out. So look for that soon. I'll probably put out a call for test knitters, but that won't be until I finish both of them, and you got a while. So, oh, so this was how much yarn I had left from the Yarn Cafe creations. It's barely 5 grams. Like, I put it on my scale and it said 4, and then at the last second it changed to 5. So this is going to go in my second Cozy Memories blanket. And then also, I don't really, it's right there, but I'm not going to move since the camera's on my legs. My Les Merleux by Mina Phillip of the Knitting Expat podcast and designs. So I'll pop in a picture of the finished shawl hanging up. It's the same picture that was on Instagram if you've already seen it there. And this is how much yarn I had left over of each of these. So this is, Lolo did it in the Folsom colorway. That was the contrast color. And the main color was Bay Street Yarns in the Twinkle Lights colorway. And yeah, I loved it. It's a super great project. If you're learning brioche or you've done really simple brioche before and you kind of want to add just like a couple increases, decreases, but still want something simple for brioche, it's a really good project for that. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's all I wanted to say for that. And, oh, okay, so other things that I'm working on. So, I'm just gonna, like, show you guys all of this now. Because then later I won't have to do as much explaining, right? If it pops up in multiple clips. So anyway, I also posted about this on Instagram, and you may have noticed that I was further along than this. I am doing the Habitat cardigan by a person. I don't remember the designer name right now, so it'll be on the screen. But, yeah, so I was enabled hardcore by Hannah of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. There we go. Yeah, if you would like to see a crochet podcast, definitely check her out. Yeah, I love watching her stuff. Just, at least for me, like, I only watch a couple of podcasts that are, or 3. I only watch 3 podcasts that are, like, basically crochet podcasts, so it's always nice to get away from the knitting sometimes. But anyway, yeah, so Hannah just finished her Habitat cardigan, and when I saw it, I was just like, oh my goodness, that's beautiful. And then, so I went to the pattern page on Ravelry and, like, about died. I was like, I have to have that. So I put it on my 2018 garments bundle. And then the next day I thought about it again, and I went back to the pattern page, and I was like, it's Lion Brand Heartland. They sell that somewhere in Tuscaloosa, I'm sure. And I was like, screw it, I'm starting this pattern. And I happen to have some Heartland in my stash already because I love this yarn. So I swatched, was getting a smaller gauge. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do this, you know, as far as stitches. I like did some math and like bought a new hook, which, well, now I'm still going to need it actually, but anyway, so then after I like swatched, it was like, oh, I'm not even gonna need this. And basically what I'm trying to say is I did like 10 different swatches, of all of which I ripped out because they weren't like permanent swatches or anything. And then I have started this twice, if not, I think I've started it and ripped it out twice. So this is the third time. The last time, earlier today, I was working on it just a little, and I knew how long it was supposed to be, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go lay it out and see how much it, see how long it is, how much the length measured for, and yeah, I am knitting, I'm aiming to knit the small medium size. The width that I was getting would have been good for like the XL to XL size, which is way too, it's going to be way too big on me. I don't want it to like swallow me, right? So then I measured my gauge. Turned out that apparently I was getting the right gauge all of a sudden. So I ripped it out and I have chained again. Yeah, so I'm starting again. I got so frustrated. Let me see if I can get this without a major earthquake. I was so frustrated and felt so bad for this yarn because this is the cake, and I'll show you the yarn in a second. This is the cake that I started with, and I had ripped it out and started over so many times. I was like, I cannot rip out this yarn again and start over with it again, because it was worked with all the swatches and the first two times when I would start and then rip. So I was like, I'm just gonna save that skein for later in the project. I can rip it out and put it somewhere and it'll be okay. Like once I know that I'm going and I don't have to rip anything else out, hopefully, yeah, then I'll use that skein. So, and actually let me grab another skein so I can show you this. So this is the yarn. Ooh, yay, you guys can see that really well. Okay, so this is the yarn that I got. I'm gonna focus. This is Lion Brand Heartland, which is the yarn that the pattern actually calls for. And actually, I didn't realize that this was what the pattern called for until I got on the pattern page. Hannah also used Heartland, and I was like, I want that yarn, because I remembered that I loved Heartland, and I was like, that's worth it. So, and it's 100% acrylic, so washer and dryer, which I'm super excited about. So, this is the Grand Canyon colorway, and this is a worsted weight yarn. This is the Grand Canyon colorway. This is actually the color that the pattern was, that the sample on the pattern page was done in. And it's the one that she has pictures of on the blog post, because this is a free pattern. And when I looked at it, I was like, that's pretty. Some pictures it looks brown, and some pictures it looks gray. But, you know, I didn't think any more of it. And then I was just like, these are the colors that I can either knit this cardigan in, the ones that I actually need. And my options were gray, black, or if they had like a brownish gray type of color. Then I said no to black, because I'm going to do my Natas cardigan in black instead, because I actually want a giant black knit cardigan. So black was out, and yeah, and then I looked online to find out which store in Tuscaloosa had it, and I looked at the colors they had, and I was just going to do burgundy, because I was like, my color is burgundy, I look great in it, I don't have a burgundy cardigan. I got to the store, picked up the burgundy, like, was focused on it, because I knew that's all I could afford right then, and then I looked down and I saw this, and the color next to it was the one that I thought was in the pattern, but then I looked at the colorway and I was like, this is the one. So you guys can see that pretty well there. It is marled, I think would be the term. It's like a marled look between this beautiful light gray and just a shimmery like tan color. And it's beautiful. So this explains, when I saw this, I immediately realized, I was like, oh, that's why in some light the photos that the designer took were, it looked gray and some it looked tan. So yeah, I was like, I want this because that's like multi-purpose yarn right there. So anyway, that's my giant explanation about this cardigan, but I am loving it. The stitch pattern is super simple. Yeah, and it's really enjoyable. So that's that. And I guess I'll mention this too, since I talked about my shawl design. Just now, as in like 45 minutes ago, I was like, I need to design a pair of socks because I wanted to start this pair of socks with this yarn, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And so at first it was just going to be stockinette, but then I said, let's do a rib. But then I couldn't find a rib pattern I liked, and I couldn't make one up that I liked that would be easy for me to zoom on. So what do you do when no pattern is simple enough and yet complicated enough? You make a design. Yeah, so this is all I've gotten so far. It's going to be a toe-up pattern. I'm thinking about possibly doing a cuff down, but I don't think that's going to happen. Like, don't count on it, guys. Yeah. Yeah, I say that. It might happen. We'll see. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah. So this is all I've got so far. I'm in the middle of my toe right now, and yeah, this might just be the first pair that I knit because I don't know how well the pattern is actually going to show up on this. I'm just kind of trying to see how it works up. So there might be another pair of these coming in a more solid color. There we go. So this is Wee Chickadee Wool Co. in the Willow Song colorway. And for those of you that have been around long enough and remember, this is the yarn that I'd made my Keep Smiling sweater out of for my birthday. So yeah, that's that. So anyway, that's all I've been working on for right now. This is definitely a long section. It's right at 30 minutes. So yeah, that's it. I will either see you guys tomorrow or the day after that, whenever I feel like I have some stuff to kind of show you guys. Yeah. All right. Until the next day. Hey guys. So just popping in again. Today is Thursday, April the 5th, 2018, and I just got back from my mailbox. Yeah, so I figured I'd just do retail therapy in this clip because this probably will be the last one for the week, maybe. Yeah, it probably will be. So anyway, yeah, so this is stuff that I got. First is the Teenybutton Studio, and this is the March colorway. Sorry, my lips are super dry. This is the Harry Potter Mystery Yarn Club, and this is the colorway that she did for March. Okay. So, as usual, I got her soft sock, which is 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, and the colorway is Fresh Pickled Toad. So, yeah, it's coming out as brown on the screen. Just know that pretty much everywhere that it's brown on the screen, it's actually green. If I remember / feel like it when I'm editing, I will take a picture and put it in because it's really pretty. It's a green skein of yarn with speckles. Yeah, this camera does not like me when it comes to color, guys. So the other thing that I got, it could also be because the laptop is not under the light anymore. Who knows? Anyway, so the other thing that is not in this little clip I'm going to add in are these two skeins of Machete Shoppe yarn. And this is her simple sock, which is again 75/25, and her Kingston colorway. So and these skeins kind of had a little bit of background to them. After I finish my Tegna, whenever on the timeline that will be, I'm going to cast on a Mount Pleasant, and I had yarn picked out for that in my stash, but then I didn't really want that colorway anymore. I'm trying to remember which one it was, but I can't remember. But yeah, I didn't want to do it in that anymore. I wanted a solid color, and one of the things that made me really want to make the Mount Pleasant was because the sample picture on the pattern page is in a gold colorway, and it's like a mustardy gold color. But anyway, so I was like, if that's what I'm going to do mine in, it's going to be mustard, but I need to figure out what mustard. And then I was watching Emily of the Pearl Peaches podcast, and she ordered this colorway from Machete Shop, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's it. That's the color. And I immediately opened a new tab, was listening to the podcast as she was talking about whatever she was talking about at that moment, and ordered it right then because I needed it. So I've had this for a while, probably like a month now. So yeah. And this is showing up a little darker than it actually is. If I can find a picture somewhere or take one, I will pop that in as well. It's a little darker though. It's more of a gold than a mustard, but I love it. So those two. And then, so I just went to, you don't need to see my address. So I just went to the mailbox and got out some yarn mail. I'm so excited. So I'm going to pause and open this so you guys don't have to deal with all the crinkling that I'm sure is about to happen. Alright, so, yeah. I'll tell you what I'm laughing at in a minute. So Stacy is her first name. So wait, where's the tag? Okay, I'm not going to show you the yarn yet, but I will show you this. I mean, I'm going to have to put the yarn in the picture, but so it's Pot of Coffee Knits. Oh, never mind. Anyway, so Pot of Coffee Knits, and I'll pop it across the screen. So the dyer is Stacy Coffey, so it's her last name, but it's not spelled like the drinking coffee. So again, it'll be on the screen at some point. So she sent tea. Yeah. Yeah, these will probably go to either Melissa or my mom. I've tried the tea thing before, and I don't even care anymore. I just stopped trying. So then she also sent this cute little thank you card. Yes, I was laughing because I, of course, managed to tear the envelope. Yeah. Anyway, so I love this little card. It's got thank you written all over it. And then, yeah, she just wrote a little note. And so I, coincidentally, was the first order in her Etsy shop. So she just opened her shop on April 1st, and it was not an April Fool's Day joke. That was the planned date. So, yeah, and she had this one skein that I really, really, really wanted. So, I'll try to get the pictures off of Instagram from her page to pop them in here. Just so you can kind of like know where my mind is going, right? So, butterflies. Obviously, I love them. Like, I don't really know what else to say about that. Like, my Instagram handle is Ladywing Designs, and yeah, anyway, so and the logo, like, it has a butterfly in it. Anyway, if you didn't know, I really like butterflies. Again, sorry for the earthquakes here. The laptop is on my legs again. I got one skein. I didn't need it. I need to be saving my money right now. But I was like, just in case, like, you know, I don't want to take chances and then it never happened again. So I got one, guys. And, oh, you guys have no idea how happy I am. This makes me want to cry. Like, that's very true to color. Guys. I'm not gonna cry. But, oh my goodness. Is that not perfect? That is so Monarch butterfly. Anyway, so let me finish this so that you guys don't have to stare at me cuddling with the yarn. So, like I said, this is Pot of Coffee Knits, and she is on Etsy. And this is her Monarch colorway. She calls this her sturdy sock base, and it's a 75/25. Ooh, and it's a 3-ply. 450 yards. That'll be interesting. Okay. So, I feel like, okay, I feel like I should just make this into socks because it's my favorite butterfly on my favorite yarn base, and it's beautiful, and socks are like my favorite thing to knit. So I feel like I should make socks. Plus, I mean, it's very, very variegated. So there's not a lot that I'm going to be able to do with it anyway, just because it's probably not going to take very well to, like, you know, too textured of a pattern or like lace or cables or anything, just because it's really variegated. So I'm thinking it's either going to be a pair of vanilla socks, in which case I would do however tall they end up socks, which means I'm going to split this, do it toe up, and just keep going until they're done. Which means they'd probably, I don't know, they'd probably end up like by my knees somewhere. So there's that idea, because I do want, whatever I do, I want to use all of this. Or I could knit like a hitchhiker, or I don't know, something. Oh, I've been wanting to make a changing staircases, which is from Tristan of Dragon Horde Yarn and the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast. It's one of her designs. I don't know, maybe I'll do that because it would be super simple. That would just be, I think it's like garter and like a lace section, I think. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know, but I also feel like it needs to be stockinette, just because I personally prefer looking at variegated skeins in stockinette, because I feel like so much of the yarn gets hit. I don't know, this is very detailed. So anyway, guys, what should I do? Help me out. I do want just simple patterns, but yeah, help me out. What should I do with this? Like, I don't want it to just be another skein that gets turned into socks, but if I can't think of anything good, like I said, I'll just make like some knee-high socks or something. Anyway, help me out. And, okay, so that's all that I have in front of me. Everything else, oh, she also sent, I almost forgot this, she also sent a mini just as like another thank you, and this is her Wonka Vision colorway. It's super pretty, I love it. And this looks like, it's either DK or worsted. I think it looks like a DK, but I could be wrong. So yeah, that'll be fun. So anyway, okay, so that's all of that. Now, I recorded a little clip last week that was supposed to be a like part of the episode that got recorded that you will never see. So I'm gonna pop that clip in here because it is showing the rest of my retail therapy. Me and Melissa ordered some stuff together and she had a lot of it. So I'm gonna show you guys all of that. And there's another little bit. Oh, all of the prizes for the knit along are in. So that's in that clip too. So be sure to watch if you want to see those. Okay, so sending you to what is now Zakiya of the past. Hey guys, it's Zakiya of the future. So this is just going to be like really quick interlude to show you guys the rest of the retail therapy. And I actually filmed this part yesterday. Today's Wednesday, by the way, like half a week after I actually filmed the podcast. Anyway, so I filmed this yesterday, but this is round 2 because I just got the last prize for the knit along. So I'm going to show you all of those. So anyway, retail therapy first. So I got this project bag. Melissa and I went in on a few orders, so she had a lot of the stuff that I needed to show you guys. So this bag I got from Crochet 1 Knit 2. And yeah, it's just a Family Guy bag. My boyfriend and I have watched a ridiculous amount of Family Guy. Some of the episodes, it's to the point now that, like, I don't want to see them again because I've seen them like 10 times. But anyway, so yeah, just a really pretty matching yellow fabric on the inside. And, okay, there are a lot of loose ones in here. So these two, obviously, we got from her. That's backwards. So this one's just a little sushi plate because I do love sushi. And this one, an emblem, I guess you could say. I don't really know what you would call this, but it's just to represent the 4 seasons. So spring, summer, fall, and winter. So yeah. So those two. And then I got a feather. There we go. And then this one also came from her. Oh dear. So it says, after all this time, and then there's a little deer here, and you can kind of see it in the deer. It says always. Yeah. So then there were some other ones that we wanted, but I don't think she had enough of them, and so Melissa found a charm bracelet or something, and then took the charms off of it and made stitch markers for both of us. So I think these next 3 are the ones that she got on the charm bracelet, but that might be wrong, but it doesn't matter. They're all stitch markers now. So there's a little sorting hat, and I know she did this one because it has the back that she usually puts on the ones she makes. And then this one is the Ministry of Magic logo, emblem, whatever. And then the other one is on a project already. And this is Dobby. Because, yeah. Like, self-explanatory. I have to have... Ow, okay, I just poked myself. Yeah, I have to have a Dobby progress keeper because I make way too many socks not to. But yeah. And while I'm mentioning these... Well, no, we'll come back to this in a second. So, other retail therapy... Oh, not this. We also ordered from my beloved Adoria. And here's her... well, there's a little thank you card, but on the bottom you can see her shop name, and that is also her Instagram name. If you don't follow her, you totally should. Her progress keepers are all just adorable. So, that's easier. Okay, so we got quite a few. If anyone does follow her, you might remember about a month and a half ago, she started doing like these butts, just of different characters, and it's literally just like a super cute view of like their behind. So I'll take this one out so you can see it a little better. But this one is the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, and you can see she has like the little X and its cute little tail. It's just they're all so adorable. And she has other ones too. Like she has Disney princesses, but those aren't butts. Those are like the actual body of the princess. They have faces, and she did some villains too, so they're all super cute. But anyway, so Cheshire Cat, and then these next four, I will pop a picture of these on the screen. And this is a picture that she put on her Instagram just so you can see them a little better. But these are all Winnie the Pooh because I love Winnie the Pooh, like way too much. So I have, did anyone have like those giant like life-size like teddy bears? You know, like the big ones that are super cheesy and like your boyfriend gives them to you on Valentine's Day and it's like a life-size teddy bear? I have like 6 of those, but they're Winnie the Pooh characters. Yeah. They're not in my apartment though. They're in my parents' attic. Still, like I love them. So anyway, Winnie the Pooh. So I got Tigger and Piglet and Pooh, and then Eeyore. So there's his little pin-on tail. So yeah, and again, I by now should have already put in a picture so you can see them outside of the plastic. I forgot to take them out before I started showing them, and that takes too much time. So, yeah, and both of those shops, My Beloved Adoria and Crochet One Knit Two, are on Etsy. Oh, okay. Kind of the biggest part of the retail therapy I forgot to show, and then after this I'll show you guys the knit-along prizes. So the biggest part that that we went in on together was Stranded, because yeah, so again, I feel like this is self-explanatory because it's Stranded, but anyway, I love her yarn. I finally got to knit with some of it from the first batch that I'd gotten from her, which was the koi socks. So I have more now. So this is her Fjord base, which is BFL nylon 80/20. And this is her anti-Valentine colorway. So I'm super excited that I got this because I am so anti-Valentine's Day. Yes, I have a boyfriend, and yes, I'm still basically anti-Valentine's Day. Yeah, so it's just gorgeous. Yeah, so this will be socks. And I've never knitted, well, the West Yorkshire Spinners has some BFL in it, but this, the wool content is completely BFL. So I'm really excited to work with this because I haven't gotten BFL sock yarn before. And then I also got 2 skeins of her Castaway DK base. And so I got this skein, which is First Frost. And it's just this really pretty, like, pale gray, silvery color, and it's just gorgeous. It's an amazing tonal. And I'm not really sure what this will be used for. I got both of these because I had a hat project in mind. And I decided I'm going to use this one, so I don't really know what this one would be for yet. But this colorway is her Shiner colorway. And it's this amazing gray base with these like beautiful like lavender purple hues. And yeah, it matches my shirt really well, like amazingly. And I'll try to remember to take a picture to pop in here so maybe you can see the purples a little better. But yeah, so this is going to be the Wanderwood beanie by Tristan of the Girls in the Yarn Cafe podcast and Dragon Horde Yarn. So yeah, that's what this is going to be. Okay, so now let's I'm gonna show you the knit along prizes. I keep wanting to say giveaway. Stay tuned. So I already showed this one, which is Rita Mae Yarns in the Squeaky Rail colorway, and oh my goodness, I love it. So this will be one of the FO prizes, and I'm looking at, I wrote like some show notes down, so okay, so this is going to be one of the FO thread prizes, and then the other FO thread prize, Melissa actually bought to contribute, so thanks, Mel. Okay, so this is the little bag they came in, and I'll probably ship them back in this bag too. Or ship them to, you know, whoever wins, just because it's easy. So these are stitch markers, and they're just little macaroons with fruit on top of them. And they're just super cute. So there's this little pink one with strawberries. And I'm going to take a picture of these and definitely pop them in. Yeah. A little green one with like limes and chocolate on top of it. They're all super cute. There are 5 of them. Like I said, I'll put in a picture because, yeah, nobody has time to try to show you those perfectly. But I will go back in our messages and find what shop she said that was from. They are from Little Shop of Clays, and they are on Etsy. And I'll put that across the screen. So, I didn't plan this, but the yarn has yellow in it, and then the bag is yellow, so that's a good way for me to remember. Yeah, so this will be the FO thread prize, and yeah, I'm super excited to give this to somebody because I love the yarn, I love the stitch markers, and I think you guys are gonna love it too, whoever gets it. So then I just went to my mailbox, and Amy of the Happy Little Yarn podcast and of Happy Little Yarn, way back when the knit along was really first starting, she got in contact with me and said that she wanted to donate some yarn to the giveaway. So, like for the knit along, for the prize. So she was beyond sweet enough to send 2 skeins, guys. Oh my gosh, like that's insane. So, and they're gorgeous. So, I'm gonna have to take a picture of these because they're blowing out on the camera. But anyway, so she sent this skein, which hopefully it looks like it's kind of showing up. It's a very light purple base. It's really pretty. And then it's just got all these beautiful speckles and just very vibrant and spring, and it's gorgeous. And all of this right here and this is like a very bright green. It's just, you know, hard to see on the camera, but oh my goodness, it's beautiful. And that's Misbehaving Narwhals. That's the name of that colorway. So, oh my gosh, I love this so much. And then this other one is Cactus Bloom. And so this is, again, just gorgeous. And this is a bunch of neon-y goodness. And I know you definitely cannot see this on the screen. It's showing up really yellow, but it's not. It's very much like neon green. So I'll try to take a picture. Hopefully my phone camera will be able to catch it. And I'll try to get a picture of that in here. But yeah, it's gorgeous, and like the purple speckles and darker color speckles. It's just amazing. Oh my gosh. Whoever gets these is so amazingly lucky. So And there's her little logo for her happy little yarn. Yeah, and she is on Etsy, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so she lovingly donated these skeins to us. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Amy. And each one came with a little tape measure with her shop name on it. So yeah. So one of these will be the, and the tape measure. One of these skeins and the tape measure will be the Chatter Thread prize for the Spring Garment Knit Along. So, yay! Yeah, I think you guys are going to love all of these prizes. So, now that I've showed you all of that, let's talk about a 500 follower or subscriber giveaway, because I remember talking about it at the beginning of the episode in admin, and remember I said I'm not financially able right now to get a prize, and I'm still not, but I don't have to anymore because, yeah, so she sent a little note, and she said, you know, one's for the cow and one's for you, or you can give it away. She's leaving it up to me, and I just think that it would be, as much as I want to keep one of them, yeah, I really wanted to do something for a 500 subscriber giveaway. So, I think, I'm not really sure what the prompt will be, so look in the description box, probably somewhere under the Retail Therapy section of the show notes, and I will put the prompt question there for you guys. And this is going to be a YouTube only giveaway because it's 500 YouTube subscribers. So comment below this video, episode 15, and that'll be your entry. Just one entry per person. Yeah, I don't know what I hadn't thought that far ahead to get a prompt yet. I was just like, yay, I can do a giveaway now. So the prompt will be in the show notes in the description box below. They will not be on Ravelry, like the prompt won't be there. So you gotta watch the video. Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. Oh, so what I'm going to do for the prize, sorry, I just had a brain fart. So what I'm going to do for the prize, I should have already popped in a picture of these two. So the winner of the 500 subscriber giveaway will get to pick which yarn they want between these two. And they will get that yarn and one of the tape measures, and then the other yarn will be for the knit along prize. So yeah, super excited. I had to do a giveaway, guys. Yay. And again, like, thank you to everyone so much that has hit the subscribe button or followed me anywhere, or even just liked a video. It means a lot that you guys actually like hearing me blabber. So yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. So remember to comment below, and I'm probably not gonna like announce it on Instagram or anything, because yeah, I want it to be for people that actually watch the videos. If you're subscribed and you watch, you'll see it. So that's that. And I think that, oh no, I had one more thing. So when Amy sent the yarn, she also sent a coupon code for us, which is beyond amazing. Like, she already sent amazing yarn, and yeah. So I really appreciate it, and I'm sure you guys will really appreciate it and love it, because as you can see, her yarn is amazing. She's a fabulous dyer. So I'll put this on the screen, but the coupon code is Ladywing, all caps, and this will get you 15% off of your purchase. So you can go to her store, and I'll put all this on the screen. You can go to her store, happylittleyarn.com, or you can go to Etsy, which is where her hand-dyed yarns are located. And that's Happy Little Yarn on Etsy. So yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, hopefully I will be buying something. I want to. Like, I have stuff. I'd actually looked in her Etsy shop before when I was watching her podcast episodes, and I have stuff favorited. Just don't know if I can afford it right now. So, but yeah, you guys should go. Definitely use the coupon code. Yeah. So I think that's all that I needed to say for this little bit. The fact that it's 21 minutes is ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for this. So head back to the rest of the episode, where I think I'm actually about to turn you guys loose anyway, because I'm almost done. Anyway,